Better to be a lion for a day.
Through the shadowed creeks.
Every kingdom is tested. For Warri, that test came not from celebration, but from loss.
King rises. The spirit of the ancestors flows through him.
The Warri River shimmered beneath the midday sun, its waters moving like a restless spirit beneath the shade of ancient mangroves. Though the kingdom still carried the warmth of King Dom Domingos' recent wedding to Lady Maria, a sudden shadow had fallen over the Itsekiri nation. Princess Temìeno, sharp-witted, fearless, beloved, had been taken. She had traveled to a riverside village to bless the fishermen's nets, laughing and trading proverbs with the elders. When an Ijaw raiding party from Kpakiama struck with ruthless precision, they moved like shadows on water, emboldened by rumors that Warri's new king was distracted by his foreign bride. Before the village could send warning, Temìeno was bound and carried away. At dawn, a wounded warrior staggered into the palace with a blood-stained message. The princess would only be returned for gold, ivory, and Warri's submission. In the palace war room, Domingos stood as both king and brother. His ceremonial garments replaced by a battle-worn wrapper, coral beads glinting against tense skin. Ibi, calm but troubled, spoke of caution. Chief Oten gripped his cowrie-tipped staff. Olua burned with the fire of youth, and Maria, serene but resolute. Entered the war council despite murmurs from traditionalists. Olua urged an immediate attack, but Ebi warned that the creeks belonged to the Ijaw. With Temìeno in their hands, a reckless strike could end in tragedy.
The creeks belong to the Ijaw. With Temìeno in their hands, a reckless strike could end in tragedy.
When Domingos asked Maria for her counsel, she spoke of strategies learned from Portuguese generals: deception, scouting, night strikes.
Tonight we move in silence, through the shadowed creeks. Every flame is quenched.
Better to be a lion for a day than a sheep all your life.
Chief Oten questioned the morality of false promises, but Maria countered with a proverb Temìeno herself loved to repeat. A bird does not abandon the sky because hawks fly. Survival, she argued, was its own wisdom.
A bird does not abandon the sky because hawks fly.
Warri prepared, spears sharpened, charms tied, songs whispered to the gods. Before leaving, Domingos asked Maria to guard the palace. She longed to fight beside him, but accepted his request, though her eyes betrayed her worry.
Please guard the palace and stay safe.
As dusk swallowed the mangroves, the war canoes glided into the creeks. Fog curled over the water. Of stilted huts glowing with torchlight, echoing with drunken laughter.
We are the kings of this river. Nobody can touch us here. Drink up!
They believed their ransom assured. Domingos observed silently before splitting his men. Half followed Olua to ignite a diversionary fire among the fish storehouses. The other half followed Domingos straight toward the guarded hut where Temìeno was kept. Inside that hut, Temìeno had not yielded meekly. She had hurled defiant words at her captors, wielding her tongue like a blade. When the Ijaw leader threatened her, she threw a proverb back at him. When a canoe forgets the river has a master, the current will teach it respect.
When a canoe forgets the river has a master, the current will teach it respect.
She even made a failed attempt to escape hours before the rescue, loosening her bonds with her teeth, slipping halfway to the walkway before being seized again. Outside, flames erupted in the storehouse, painting the sky red. The Ijaw shouted and ran toward the blaze.
Retreat! Fall back to the river! Help them, quickly!
Oluwa's spear flew first, killing a guard in a single thrust. Domingos tackled the second guard, pinning him with a dagger to his throat. Inside, Temìeno looked up, her wrists raw but her chin high. Relief flickered across her eyes. Not weakness, but recognition. She whispered, "You took your time, brother." He replied, "And you made enough trouble to help us find you." He cut her bonds, lifted her to her feet, and together they fled. The escape turned fierce. The Ijaw rallied fast, launching their canoes with war cries that split the night. Temìeno, though weak, still shouted warnings to the warriors. Arrows sliced the air. One grazing Domingos's arm, drawing blood. Another struck Oluwa's shoulder, but he fought through the pain. The mangroves closed behind them like a shield, swallowing the shouts of their pursuers. By dawn, Warri's shores erupted in celebration. Maria ran to Temìeno and embraced her tightly. The women sang and ululated, honoring her resilience. That night, Temìeno retold her ordeal with fierce humor, mocking the Ijaw leaders' pride and boasting about how her proverbs nearly got her killed.
They grabbed me, tied me up.
Even Ibi, stiff as tradition, laughed. But Domingos felt a troubling stillness beneath his pride. He remembered the parable Ibi once taught him. The crab and the tide. The crab, proud of its hard shell, was swept away when it grew careless. He also thought of the elders' tale, the egret and the fisherman. greed causes even the best partnerships to crumble. These warnings pressed on his heart.
Before the night ended, a messenger rushed in.
A Portuguese galleon had drawn closer to Warri, and a Dutch, black-hulled ship had joined it. They demanded an audience. Standing beneath the ancient Iroko tree, with Maria's hand in his, Domingos recognized the truth. The rescue of Temìeno was only the beginning. More storms, foreign and familiar, would come. Yet the kingdom stood united. Temìeno lived. Warri lived. And he vowed that whatever tide approached, he would meet it with courage, wisdom, and the unbreakable spirit of his people.
The princess was saved, but the river was watching, and greater forces were already moving toward Warri.